Atlanta on FX. It's showing on cable on FX, but all the seasons are going to stream on Hulu. And this is a show. It's starring Donald Glover, Brian Tyree. I think I'm saying that right. Lakeith Stanfield and Zazie Beetz. And this is my favorite TV show of the past at least 10 years. This show's incredible. It's a critic's darling. Everyone loves it, everyone raves about it, and with good reason. Yeah, I've heard Donald Glover, who I'm a huge Donald Glover fan too. I love his he's a YouTuber too. He's a YouTuber who did good. you
Oh,
know,
word.
yeah, he has like these clips on YouTube that I remember watching years ago. And he was funny on them. And then he went into rapping as Childish Gambino. I got like all his albums basically, and I love them joints. And the stand up, he had a stand up that's on Netflix,
Yeah,
which is actually pretty funny.
disagree, but sure.
You didn't think you're like, nah, man, he had me dying. Um, and so yeah, and then like, and it's not fair. It's some people just not fair that they exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, why he got to have all the gifts, man? That shit ain't right. Like, can we get something? Can I get a little something? Just a little something. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to rap. Just like, some skits, or I can write some shows or something. And damn, man, come on, Lord, give me something. Why you give him everything? But yeah, I like so I heard Donald Glover compare this to like a black Twin Peaks. And I because it's weird, it's weird enough to kind of fit that. But I like, to me, this is kind of like a black ass Seinfeld. Um but it's way realer, and it's way weirder. um there's because it's that the much to do about just everyday, like there's no premise to it really. It's just like, Paperboy's trying to be a rapper, he's trying to get on, and all this other
Shit just
happens
happened,
in
yeah.
between, with Earn and his personal relationship, and his living style. He's just like, just around, he's in the,
Around, yeah, like he's kind of
yeah, he's like,
everywhere.
he's trying to find himself, or trying to get like his together, kind of. And Darius, played by Lakeith Stanfield, is the Kramer of the series. He's just like that out there, eccentric kind of character in it.
I can't tell if he's
And
weird or stupid or a bit of both. Like,
I know, I see it as him being like incredibly intelligent, but just smoked out and just weird as shit. It's just weird, kind of like that's yeah, that's because he come like a lot of stuff he does, like when they're in the pawn shop,
mhm.
and he was like, no, let just trade up for the sword or whatever. And so like they ended up, and the sword ended up being trading up to a dog, and then he took the dog to a breeder. And Ern was like, no, I need money now. I can't, I need that now. I can't, like, poor people don't do investments because we're trying to
Yeah,
not
we're
to
trying
be
to eat.
poor now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of the genius of the show. Like, it breaks down real life, and like it kind of shows like greater society, white society, like a good snapshot into just everyday, like it's not like insanely ghetto, or like it's like straight up like ghetto. Like these are like just real average dudes, that just live in the community, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Even though they're all stereotypes, but they're not the Hollywood stereotype. You know what I mean? But yeah, what you think about it, bro? What you think?
I think my honest opinion is that I see the appeal of the show. and I see a pretty solid show in there. My problem for me, and it's an entirely personal thing, so it's not a commentary on the quality of the show or the content itself, but it's not very accessible for me. Like I was watching the show and I was like, I mean, I get it. I can relate to the starving artist side. I can relate to the I want to be somebody side or whatever. I can relate to like when Zazie Beetz' character is out to dinner with the woman, uh, her friend, and she's talking about being a high value woman, and Zazie is trying to
Yeah.
defend like, look, it ain't all about that, and blah blah blah, and there are a lot of conversations that they have that I'm like, I get it, I understand it, but like it's not my slice of the world. You know what I mean? It's now that's not the end all be all for getting into a show or a movie or whatever, because there's plenty of shit I watch that I'm not actually able to like really relate to. So which is why I say I'm not here to comment. I'm not saying this as a critique of the show itself, because the show was fine. The comedy is pretty solid. There are a couple moments where like I'm actually cracking up when they were in the forest with the Migos. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and when she was trying to, when she got so desperate to pass her fucking drug test, that she
Oh
extracted
yeah.
things. Yeah, just just for her to tell herself and get fired afterwards. I was like, damn. But yeah, there's moments like that where it's funny. But you know, watching Paperboy live his average life and watching Earn live his average life and watching Zazie Beats character, the relationships that they have and the dynamic of it and the places they go and the things they do. Like they go out clubbing and they're out, they're getting into bar fights and all, and it's just the life of a complex life of a rapper or whatever. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong or whatever, but I'm watching and I'm like, okay, we're in territory where I'm just like, that's not for me. But I when they are bringing it down to like you said, when they're breaking it down to like that social commentary, like that conversation, poor people don't do investments because I'm trying not to die, today, or when the mother had the where the mother snapped at the kid for playing with the guns. She said we don't play with guns around here, and then the kid said he learned it from Paperboy. And then when she sees Paperboy, her whole she
Yeah.
completely changes gears. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's part of the problem. It's like you condemn it in private, but you condone it, in
Yeah.
public because you get caught up in all this. And what do you think the kids are seeing? The kids are seeing your hypocrisy, and
Right.
they grow up
Yeah.
with. So it's like moments like that. I really keyed into the show, and I was like, yo, even that scene where Paperboy gets into the fight on the basketball court, and he tries to talk to the reporter, and she says, "Look, the world wants you to play your role." It's like,
Yeah.
yo, this show has a lot to say. I won't take that from it, but it's the stuff in between. Like it's a day in the life of a starving artist in Atlanta who's trying to get into the rap game, and I could not relate to that less, bro. Like I'm just like, I don't smoke weed. I don't have friends like this. I don't go to these kinds of places. I don't, blah blah blah. And I'm not talking about like I'm straight and narrow or anything like that. I'm saying that's just not my thing. So, you know,
So okay, a lot of that I could pull on like my past experiences with like, just hanging out, smoking all day, then heading to a club or something. Um, and that aspect of just kind of just being just being an average nigga, hanging out, like, getting into just hanging out. And but I so at so you're saying like a lot of like that aspect was kind of foreign to you, or you couldn't gel with that.
yeah,
Um, but so can you, like, especially with Ern's predicament of just like the trying to find like where you're going to fit in, or trying to find like your groove, or like what you want to do with yourself, what you want to do with your life. And his is pretty dire, because we find out he's living in like a storage shed pretty much, if when I guess when Zazie Beats gets sick of him, or like his baby moms get sick of him or whatever, he just goes to the storage shed. That did that resonate at all? Like that aspect of like being young and trying to navigate you know life like just trying to yeah, just trying to find your footing kind of.
Yeah, not being down like that, because fortunately I've never been down like that, and hopefully I never am. But certainly on a, where do I fit in life? What is my purpose? Where am I supposed to go? Yeah, that's right up my alley. I was like, I mean, I can relate to the spirit of what's going on in the show. I can definitely I can definitely I when I see that kind of stuff, I'm like, dog, I feel you. When I'm hearing what he's saying, I need to carve out my life my way. I need to go for this. I need to be able to monetize, because this is what I want to do. I don't want to be miserable for the rest of my life. It's like, dog, I hear you and I agree with you, and I know exactly how that feels to just be that desperate. And you know what's funny? When he gets arrested and he's in holding, and he's like surrounded by all these people that are like, he's not aware of this life, or he's not familiar with this life at all. It's just a bunch of weirdos to him. That's how I feel watching the show. I'm like, huh, okay, I don't know. So yeah, I can definitely relate to him and his pursuits. It's just like, I've never had to sleep in a storage unit or whatever. Like I said, it's not. It's just, it's not the life that I had to live. And I hope that doesn't sound posh. I hope that doesn't sound spit on, because it's not, I'm just speaking matter of factly, and I'm not trying to claim a struggle that I didn't have. I'm not about to sit here and tell people, oh yeah, I got it up out the mud, just to sound like the rest of these guys, because there are people who legitimately do come from nothing and have to build everything on their own. And props to them. And because of how much it takes to do that and how hard they got to work, I can't sit here and pretend to know what that's like, because that's just not me.
Yeah, I've never been down bottom that bad. You know what I mean? Like where I had to like just sleep in a storage shed or something like that. But yeah, it was earned the parts of earned that I totally identify with, especially like the episode where he went on a date with his girl or his baby mom's, and he's just like, I just need a win.
Yeah.
I really just need a win right now. Like, and I relate with that so hard, because it just seemed like I go on stretches where it's just L after L after L. It's like, dog, when am I going to get a win out here? Know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what, and I kind of identify with pieces of Darius too, just kind of being just the aloofness and just kind of like the weird dude. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just like that awkward weird guy. And most most of my friends and most of my like situations, I've kind of been that guy. Growing up, I was that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just seeing the world in just a totally different way than everybody else is. So yeah, I love that aspect of it. But the one thing I did pick up on was when the crazy guy, or I shouldn't say that, the guy that was like mentally ill,
Hmm.
and even the cops in the place was kind of just sitting there just like laughing at him, like, oh, what's he going to do this time, like he's been there for a while,
Hmm.
but nobody is actually really dealing with him or giving him like the proper treatment. You know what I'm saying? And when he finally like spazzes out, they just jump on him, and like they like go to a commercial with him just screaming. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that's okay. That's really, really horrific and really deep. It's just like we don't treat people with like mental issues or emotional issues. We don't give them the proper care. We just throw them in the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just let them deal with it. Um, what did you think about the Black Justin Bieber episode? I know you were talking about like on the when he got in a fight in the basketball court, but I love that episode.
Yeah, I think it's probably, if I had to pick a favorite, it probably is my favorite episode. Because it it shines a light on the aspect of the game that a lot of people don't talk about. on the front, and they more so discuss it on the back end after they figure it out. But the fact that it is all a game, that people are looking for you to be a certain type of person, it's like a, a lot of people think that what ends up happening is people carry you how you show yourself to be, but a lot of times people carry you how they want to imagine you are. That there's already an image we want you to have,
Yep.
and we're gonna carry it like that. Um, no matter what happens. That's if you ask me, that's really why I believe that people's perspective on these people, other people, can change so drastically, so quickly. Because if you ask me, it's like that's the image you've always wanted to believe in, and now they've done something to validate it. So now you're leaning into what you always thought it in, what you assume they must have had to be underneath all the bullshit. And like he really goes to the reporter and just goes like, "Hey, can I just tell, like, let me talk to you and say what really happened, or at least giving you my perspective of what happened, or blah blah blah." And she just shuts it all down. Listen, let me give you some advice. Just be the asshole. Nobody wants Justin to be the asshole. But what if Justin is an asshole? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what if he's I have to be the douche because the world wants me to be the douche? You take one look at you, you look like the asshole, so be the asshole. It's like,
Yeah, no, that was 100% that thing. So like Paperboy is actually like the pretty decent stand-up dude. You know what I'm saying? He's actually kind of a nice guy, like once you kind of get to know him. And Justin Bieber is a complete like he is uh just asshole to everything and everyone. Especially I remember back in that back a couple years ago when he was just going on a tear. Like he was like, what, he like spit on somebody or spit on something, and it was just like every week it was just something dumb he was doing. And I love at the end of that episode he came out with that song, that like I'm sorry song
mm-hmm.
that the real life Beebs did. And full disclosure, that song kind of slaps though. Like the real life Bieber "I'm Sorry" song. That song actually kind of do slap a little bit. But
Justin Bieber is actually a good artist. I don't think that's a revolutionary take. I think he's good.
he makes good songs, bro. Like yeah, the last couple of years, I'm like, damn, that's Bieber. That kind of slap actually. All right. So Zan. Do you remember the episode with the influencer, the social media
Oh yeah,
influencer?
that one that one was probably among one of my least favorite. I mean, I get what they were going for. It's like there are people out here who have the ability to like really tank your stock price because they have influence like that or whatever. Like but like I didn't like Zan, and I really didn't care for that episode. I was just like,
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to like that dude because yeah, they just show all those influencers are just the worst, just the worst. They irredeemable almost.
oh shit, you're
Yeah, the Black American Network episode, man. There's only a couple of times in this season where I literally was hollering, like I I literally hollered. I was laughing so damn hard in it, and it would be this one, that car commercial when dude
oh
steps out
yeah,
the car. Yo, I literally was hollering, yo, like that shit was insane. The Rachel Dolezal allegory of the guy, the black kid who's like, oh, I identify as a 30-year-old white guy.
yeah.
That whole commentary was fun. It was hilarious, bro. And again, it don't really say anything new or different, but it's just showing the absurdity of it. Oh, you just wake up, you just wake up and you want to be a black woman. But yeah, it was played up for laughs. It was a funny bit. Like at first I love when he said, "Yeah, what do you say? I'm a mechanical engineer." Or something, and then they do the quick cut to his mom. Like that boy don't work. That shit was hilarious. Yeah, man, I love that. Oh, the Juneteenth. Oh no, before we get to the episode before that, the club episode was that was funny as hell. I love the club promoter when Ern was trying to get his money for the show or the appearance or whatever, and he was like Batman, like he was like disappearing
Yeah.
to a wall and
You
like he was disappearing like at the drop of a hat.
can give me my
Um,
money.
but yo, the invisible car, bro, like yeah, that was the other point where I was hollering, yo, that shit, it caught me off guard, because they had mentioned it before, like yeah, that nigga got an invisible car, and I'm like, okay, that's just a little goofy bit. But like when they're outside in the parking lot and like shots popped off or whatever, and like niggas was scattering, and then like they showed the niggas get ran over by the invisible cars. Yo, I was hollering, like I was like, oh my, this is like the greatest show ever. They drive home the fact that there's no money in rap really. You just use it to get on and like move on to different opportunities. But yeah, they do that, and they're all stereotypes, but they're not the Hollywood traditional type of stereotypes. And they love to throw some weird shit in there. Just every now and then they'll throw some weird shit in there. They kind of keep you on your toes, I think. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love it, bro. I love this show. Yeah, and the Juneteenth episode, this is my last one. The white guy is like the most woke guy at the party.
Yeah, facts, bro. Facts.
Oh my God. It was so, and how do all these black people sit there and just go with it and not say nothing though? That's what was getting me. Like I kind of felt like I'd be the one at the party looking around like, for real? Like what's happening right now? Yeah, for me, I can give it a score. Yeah, this season one, Atlanta, straight 5 to me. Straight fire. Like, yeah, this is probably the best black show. Actually, no, it's one of the best shows on TV. Take the black out of it. It's one of the best shows on TV. It's my favorite at the moment.
I'm giving it a 3 for personal enjoyment, but I will give it a 4 for quality. So you can use the quality score.
What would you give? Oh my God, you are so annoying. You was first you gonna say what did you say 4.5 on Spider-Man? Like so a 4?
Yeah.
A 4 or 3?
I like critically I say it gets a 4. So take the 4.
4?
I like it enough to give it a 3, but I'm gonna acknowledge the actual like structure of the show and say Donald Glover did his thing, and I'll give it a 4.
Oh my God, you're so annoying. Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to tell the truth, bro. Like I don't want to score it lower just because I personally didn't like it. I don't think that's fair. If it's of quality.
No, go. What does your gut say? What does your gut say? Go off the cuff.
All right, fine. I say 3, bro.
3. All right, 3 it is. It's cool. It's cool. So all right, yeah, it's an 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
so all right. All right, so yeah, that's our review for Atlanta season 1. Let us know what you think. You agree, disagree? Let us know. Put it in the comments down below. And while you're there, just click like, subscribe to us. We can use it. You need
Please, bro. I'm tired of working.
Facts, super facts. So yeah, let us know.